Hi everyone, I'm DrBae and welcome to Barberfield Stadium, the home of one of Bulawayo's most loved teams, Highlanders. So guess what guys, I get to do something very few get to do. Nibona ngigqoke so, black and white, decked out. I'm going to train with the team, Highlanders team, Kona at Barberfield Stadium. And also, stay tuned, there'll be some interviews happening, but ningang delil, I can keep up. So a little trivia guys, the team trains here once a week and they have made it to the Chibuku final. We'll be there watching. It's happening on the 30th of November. And you have Coach Mandla, you have Coach Beggy and Coach Dijon. And you've got the goalies this side. I mean, there's so much happening right here and very few people get to see this. And guess what? Mina, I'm here. I cannot wait to get onto this pitch and just show you my skills. Ochamo 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. So I'm here with the CEO of Highlanders. Thank you, Mr. DrBae.
Thank you for coming to our place. Thank you for lighting up this place so your audience can see who we are and feel who we are.
Thank you so much, and I must say it is an honor and a privilege to be allowed to come and do this with you.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for us too.
I recently found out, and I must confess I did not know, Highlanders has actually traditional and cultural roots, which date back to the Lobengula.
Yeah, it's a reality. I mean, Albert and Rhodes are the sons of DrBae, whom DrBae township is named after. DrBae was the son of Lovemore.
Yes.
They went to school. Remember what the colonial powers did then was that it dissipated the princes so that the monarchy wouldn't reform.
Yes.
If at all.
Yes.
So the princes were taken to school and so on and so on. These two were taken to Cape Town. They fell in love with football. At some point when they came back, they formed Highlanders. We were called Lions at formation. And the name changed a bit later. So yes, the Highlanders was formed by Albert and Rhodes Khumalo, abantwana benkosi yokuqina.
My goodness.
So yes, and that's
this
our
is
reality.
this is culture.
This is culture. This is real. I mean, we wear black and white, and people say, "Why do you wear black and white?" Black
Yes.
and white is Amawaba.
Okay.
Remember Amawabeni?
Yes.
It was a regiment. Lalilibutho lenkosi. And in recognition of that,
Yes.
Sigqoka Amawaba. Sinqaba is adopted from the Swaziland pay.
Yes.
National ethos,
Yes.
unconquerable.
Yeah.
So ultimately, we are born and bred from the warrior tradition of our great grand ancestors.
Yes.
We're proud of that.
Absolutely.
It's our reality. It's our being. It's who we are. And because of that, that is why you hear people singing "I saw Bulawayo."
Because sometimes, some of us, like myself, who have come back home, and you hear these songs being sung about Highlanders, and now I'm married and my husband is a Highlanders supporter. So now I'm understanding the deepness and the root of all this that is absolutely cultural, you see. And I'm very proud to be from Bulawayo. I'm very proud to be in DrBae. So this just makes me even more, I mean, I fall in love with the team more now. I fall in love with the whole Highlanders more now.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Bulawayo and Highlanders are joined. The team.
Yes.
And there's no other better way to put it.
Yeah.
We are an embodiment of the people.
Yeah.
And therefore it's not allowed to lose.
Yeah.
It's forgivable. Football is like that, you can lose.
Yes.
But no, it can't lose to a point where it looks like it can be vanquished. No, I saw Zigula.
I understand. So, Mr. DrBae, how long have you been with Highlanders?
My goodness, as long as Methuselah lived, more or less. No, I've been with Highlanders. I think like a lot of us that are born into the system, that are born into the club, into this community, because it's a community club. So you're born into Highlanders in a lot of ways. But I think I can take back my real activity, my real marked, recorded belonging in an activity in contribution to the days I was at university. That's in the early 90s, 1991. From thereabouts, we organized a lot of club activities at the University of Zimbabwe then, when we went to organize ourselves to go and watch games and so on. So that became a real attachment and contribution in terms of real activity. When I went into corporate life, I then lived and worked in Harare for a greater part of my life. I worked initially for DHL, and I then became a go-to person for Highlanders activities in Harare. So when there was a corporate activity in Harare, a draw for a cup, and so on, I would be asked to represent the club. So I became a representative in Harare, together with a group of other people in Harare. So I wasn't alone, but increasingly I became, because I suppose I was a bit more available and a bit more flexible with work time and corporate time. I then became a bit more involved. So I started representing the club, sometimes in disciplinary hearings, and so on and so on. So of course I attended all games. Increasingly I drove to every game outside Harare. There's no game that I missed. I think in that stretch when the club won 4 championships in a row, from the 99, 2000, 1999 to 2001, 2002. I was involved. I watched just about every game except if I was traveling abroad. So I've been involved with the club for that long. And even when I was not an executive member, by the way, I then became committee member. I then became secretary of the club by election. So I was still working in corporate. So I was a volunteer in a sense. And so I was involved way back then until 2005, I think. Lost an election, I think, in 2006. Stayed in corporate. I was still an active member. Still, I participated in general meetings and so on. So always been an active member in one way, shape, or form. I've been then back here as CEO now for a whole full 2 years and a bit now. But that's now in a totally different jacket. That's now as an employee of the club, as a generalist in a sense. CEO is your day-to-day head of every day-to-day activity of the club.
So you've left the corporate.
I've left the corporate per se. For now.
For now. All right.
Yeah, but my mind, my brain, my thinking, my ethos is corporate. My thinking around the club and what we do at the club is really trying to get the corporate link up and get the corporate feel. This is a football club. It's not your day-to-day, any other company out there. I mean, a football club is different. It's got its own culture. It's got its own way of doing things. So the way we do things here, you want to try and bring a bit more of the corporate flavor, corporate feel. The way we relate with our sponsors, for instance, the way we relate with our partners. You want to create that feeling that there's a progressive thinking around cleaning up, neatening of image, tying up of processes and the way we do things. Of course, we're a club that reports to its members every year in an annual general meeting. We've got audited accounts and so on. But there are other areas where we want to try and tie up. But also, you look at the business side of the club is mainly 4 areas where football makes money. It's corporate sponsorship, corporate partnership. But people no longer give things away. People want to partner with you because they want to use the club for their own benefit, and the club wants to use the corporates for its own benefit. So you want to partner. And the second is TV rights, but we don't have a lot of TV here, so that TV revenue is not happening. The fourth is corporate, or rather it's corporate way, if you like. It's sports way. It's paraphernalia, which is what we're working into and trying to clean up and
endorsements and all those.
And so on, and selling shirts. And the fourth is selling players. But to sell players, you have to originally get them into the club correctly. So the treatment at a very junior level, it has to be done correctly. And that I might add that we're not a football team or a football club. A football club is a multi-team organization. We just don't have the first team. So we do under 14s, under 16s, under 17s, under 18s, and in the under 20s, which are development side, which plays in Division 1. So we're trying to do that so that ultimately we produce the player that can make it into A-grade leagues, which is where the money is made. So basically, as CEO, you're looking after all that, the rubric, the energy, the oxygen of the club on a day-to-day basis. So there's a feel that you have to bring into it. There's an energy that you have to bring into it to corporatize.
All right. So with all that said, how are you feeling as CEO? I mean, after 6 years, the guys have not yet made it to a cup final. And finally, they have made it to the Chibuku Cup final. How does it feel under your leadership?
Well, nostalgic in a sense, because in my past, as an executive member, I was part of a side that won everything in one particular year. I mean, DrBae Cup, the Unity Day trophy, the championship then, and the feeling that you get when you get to a stage like this, it always gives you goosebumps. So we are with a first team now whose majority of players hasn't been in a final of this nature. Yes, we played in invitational finals.
Okay.
We played in the Independence Trophy. We've got one from 2019, the Independence Cup, which we won against Dinos in Harare this year. So yes, they played in some final. Yes. But in a knockout type final, this is huge. It's really, really big. And for me to be working in an environment like this with the team from the board to the executive and the coaching team and the secretariat, that has sweated day in, day out. Yes. Because it's not by accident that we're here, but it's because of a continuous amount of work that has been put in from the time we started saying we wanted to re-energize ourselves and reorganize ourselves when we brought in Madinda 2 years ago. So and started using players from our own pool to form the backbone. And of course, as we developed, we started bringing in other players from outside, but those players were earmarked to add a bit of oomph to where we thought we had gaps. And any team that must progressively do well must continuously reinvent itself. And you do that mainly by bringing new blood and blooding yourself with hungrier, a bit more talent to get yourself to a notch higher. So yes, it's a big thing. It's a big deal for us. It's a real big deal. And by the way, if we win this, then we stand a shout. I mean, to claim to be champions of note, because there's only 2 major championships that are acknowledged this year in the country. It's the league itself. Which we're out of contention for, and the Chibuku Super Cup, which is a knockout of all clubs, by the way. And therefore we feel if we win it
nationwide.
So if we win it, we would have earned the rights to say, you know what, we have stepped up onto the plate.
We are champions.
We are champions. We deserve again the tag of big boys. Because we would have knocked out big boys on our way to winning it. So yes, fingers, toes crossed. Will win this one.
Okay. Speaking about the big boys, I'm sitting here and I'm seeing Peter Ndlovu. I mean, this man speaks for himself. I have had the privilege of meeting him once in my life, you know. So are we seeing any young talents who are in this league of the great Peter Ndlovu?
Well, this is what we've tried to do again. So what we've tried to do in the last 2 years is to be brave. To be brave in our recruitment and to be brave in where we recruit. We are team years long. There's no apology to be made about that. We've got a following that you find everywhere in the country. We speak all languages, but our roots are here. We are like a baobab tree whose branches will go far and wide, and the little birds will come and nest in it. But our roots are here, and because of that, we wanted to recruit Umntwana Semakokova or to get the first opportunity to represent a team, a club of their dreams. And in doing that, we have established that the talent that was Peter Ndlovu, Adam Ndlovu, Madinda Ndlovu, Raman Gumbo. You can ring them off your tongue for the whole day. Is still here, but it needed bravery. It needed us to believe and take the heat for not winning things while we're re-energizing, reshaping, reforming ourselves. And yes, I mean, now you've got your Prince Dubes. You should have seen the goal he scored yesterday, blinder. That goal can win any game in the Premiership, I say. You have got your Andrew Mbevas, tall, solid defender playing in the Premiership at 18 years is no mean achievement. So you have your Denzel Kumalo, you've got your Brian Banda. So talent is starting to show, it's starting to come out. And if you go lower down in our under 17s, you start to see the talent that we're talking about. And I think that yes, we will do. I mean, Peter Ndlovu was a freak of nature.
Amazing.
You don't get them happening like that, every day. So yes, you want to benchmark and say something that approximates. Every talent is going to be different. But you want to say as a benchmark, someone that can get into the leagues that Peter Ndlovu got into. I mean, he got into Premiership at 16, turning 17. That was very early.
Yes.
And his brothers also
Yes.
did well. But I think we've continuously shown that because of our attractiveness as a club, we can attract the best talent.
Okay.
But we deliberately wanted Madinda to come and reset that. ngesindebele bathi foloma.
Okay.
To reset the template. So that our recruitment is right, so that our bravery and talent identification is again plugged in correctly. Okay. And we think that we're on the correct path.
So that was the mindset with all the coaches that you've put through. I mean, Madinda, and then you have Ubegi Temba. Yes.
Yeah. It's history.
It's history. These are legends in their own right.
These are legends.
Yes.
These are players at Highlanders that did great things.
Yes.
Ubege, for instance, Madinda has always been known as a brilliant football coach.
Absolutely.
Brilliant football philosopher. He can take it out of his head and show the young boys what to do, what needs to be done. And he can identify talent. He's got an eye for talent.
Yes.
So that was deliberate.
Yeah.
Ubege, his history is living, talking history of achievement.
Yes,
and remember, winning is a habit. And if you grow the habit of winning, you are going to grow great men, boys that will take on winning as a habit. Ubege won 4 championships on the trot.
Yes,
he was a captain of the side at some point. Okay, so he left and played for the DrBae Birds in South Africa.
Yes.
And now he came back and started coaching at other places. And we thought it was important to bring him back because players love to talk to be coached, to be led by someone who has done it.
Yes. I
think it's said so many times that people will respect you, they will appreciate you, they will hear what you have done more than what you say. So he leads by example. He has done it before. He has been in that dressing room. He has been on that field. He has run himself to a standstill. So when he speaks about winning, when he speaks about the culture of winning, when he speaks about fighting for the badge,
he speaks from experience.
He speaks, and these players understand that.
Yes.
So we brought him for that reason, and also that he's a wonderful future coach. He's level-headed. He's passionate. He's certainly his desire written all over him. And he's a hard worker. So we did that deliberately to bring the Highlander spirit, the Highlanders consciousness back into the way we do things, at the club, so that whoever comes in finds the substructure already being set. We've done this in the past when Madinda Ndlovu, coached the side, brought in a lot of youthful players. Roman Kubo took over. We won 2 championships. Eddie May, he's late now. I was a British coach, and he came and he also won 2 championships on the back of that. But the substructure was already set.
Yes.
And if you look at now, what has happened is that when Madinda left, we had a brief period where Ubege Lomandla were superintending over the side. And then we brought in Henrikas Peter de Jong. And the results turned, but for everyone else, it would seem as though, he turned the results. But I think what really happened in reality is that
the foundation had been set.
And yes, he brought in an extra ingredient which lifted. And the results have turned around and great for it. But he did not found a substructure which had been created on the basis of the Highlanders thinking. We would have been talking a different story.
I understand. So from the management side of things, how are the preparations to assist our players to get to the cup final?
Oh, a lot happens. I mean, a lot happens in this place, and much more so if we're going for a game like this. So what the club needs in terms of the players and the coaches, in terms of transportation, in terms of training equipment, in terms of their feeding regime, nutrition and so on and so on, is all being done. We've got wonderful friends, Arinel out there who have made sure that we're hydrated through and through. We've got a lovely water sponsorship from them. We obviously get support always from Net1, our corporate our partners and our main sponsor.
Yes.
Nyarazo, of course, support us transport-wise with the bus that we have. But we also have a lot of other individuals that come through to incentivize the players, and quite a few now is in the offing for preparations for the finals. So we're thankful and we're hopeful that a lot of this will tie up, so that when we go into the final, it all comes together. And, and certainly a lot of these things would not happen without the benevolence of members, individuals, and the corporate. And yes, certainly our main sponsors, Nate1, who are there all the time. Granted, yes, we are going into the Chibuku Super Cup final, which is itself a Delta activity, and we're thankful to Delta, we're thankful for the league for organizing this, but we would not have gotten here without the support of our own main sponsors. So we're very thankful to Net1 and all our other partners as it were. But if I just to cap it off, if I might add that in terms of the progress and the activity of the club, you will be surprised to know that we are where we wanted to be. You know, from 2 years ago, our idea was that the first year of creating the team that we have was to create a certain style, a certain flavor, which was Highlanders. And now, this year was the year where we had said to ourselves, we need to get to one major final. I mean, it's in black and white. So it's been part of the planning process, so it's not by accident at all. So we've gotten into a major final, and we're very, very happy that in terms of what we put down on paper as our plans, we are definitely on point, and we hope that it's kept off by winning the Chibuku Super Cup, and that will be the crescendo, to be cherry on the cake.
The icing on the cake, I get that. So we'll definitely be watching, and we'll be definitely supporting. And the final is on the 30th, this Saturday.
30th at Baba Fields. It's going to be, from what I see, and from what I feel in the bones, it's going to be thunder and lightning.
I'm definitely there.
Yeah, you don't want to read about it in the paper. No, you have to be there.
You have to be there. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Mr. DrBae, for your time.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed this. Hopefully, we can host you another time.
Oh, we'll be so grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was my interview with the CEO, Mr. DrBae of Highlanders. A privilege very few have. With Coach Gijon, and he's training our guys. He is the one who has finally led them to the cup final, and they haven't been at a cup final for the past 6 years. He has arrived here at Bulawayo since September, undefeated. No match under his watch have these guys lost. Coach, thank you for joining us. I'm DrBae. This is my YouTube channel. So how do you find it here in our beautiful city of Kings, Bulawayo?
First, I'm very happy with the city, with the people, very nice people. The city is also very nice, a little quiet, because when I not work, I stay in Kenya, because my wife is from Kenya, and Nairobi is very busy and noisy, and that is Bulawayo not so. Another side is the people are in the city very nice.
So I was given the opportunity to be here and watch you train the guys. Not very many people see that, and I saw that you have a tough drill on these guys. Is there is it the same as you do back there in Holland, and you've just brought it here and you're just as tough on our guys?
No, since 2012 I coach abroad. It's a long time. I'm 8 years abroad coaching. The way how I coach here is the same way what I did in other countries. And I like football. I'm passionate about football. Only I'm the coach. And it is important that the coach the right direction gives to the players.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. I have the coach right here. Thank you so much, Coach.
Welcome.
And we wish you all the best in the finals. I will definitely be here watching at BF Stadium.
Thank you.
I am here with the legend of legends, Mr. Begiteba Ndlovu. And he has a serious portfolio, okay? From being a team player, Warriors player, the list goes on and on.
Yes.
And now you are here as?
I'm here as the assistant coach of Highlanders.
All right. So we are all excited to hear that you guys are taking our team. You have coached them and they're going to the finals. It's been 6 years since they've been in the final. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I think it's a good feeling. It's everyone who plays soccer, who plays football, even a player or a coach. It's a dream to be in the final. It's an achievement to win things. So we are all happy to be in the final. It was not easy. It was very tough because other teams gave us a tough competition. Now that we're in the final, the only thing I think is to win it, because I think in life or in football, I think no one remembers the one who came second, but if you come first, you are always remembered. So
You're always remembered.
to be first.
That's true, that's true. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a legend. You do not know how I'm feeling right now. And not only am I standing next to a legend, I'm going to ask the legend, he will sign my shirt. And I have my shirt signed by the entire team. I am definitely going into the Wife Hall of Fame. So guys, here I have the captain and a striker. Captain, your name? Striker? And I'm DrBae. Yeah, I'm not a soccer player. But so, guys, you are going to the finals. Next week, 30 November, you are playing. How are you feeling, Captain?
I think we're excited to be in the finals first of all, because it's been long. I think in this cup it's been long since we've been in the finals. Yeah, but we're excited.
You're excited?
Yeah.
And how come you're so calm then?
Yeah, maybe a calm.
No, jump up, you're excited. Okay, and yourself?
Yeah, I think as a team we are happy because Chibuku got a lot of money.
Chibuku's got a lot of money. That's so original, guys. I can never make this stuff up. But no, guys, we wish you the best of luck. And thank you for training with me today. I had a great time. I had so much fun. I'm sorry about my skills. You know, I told my audience I've got skills and I have skills. So guys, make sure you are here. It's like 30 November and we'll definitely be here supporting you guys. Okay, thanks so much, eh?
Thank you.
So this was it, guys. I'm DrBae with my fully signed all over T-shirt by the team players. I think I'm the only one who has this. Let's think. Yeah, I'm really the only one who has it. Oh, this was awesome. So guys, please be here. It's like 30 November. If you can't be here at home, support our team. They've finally made it to the finals. Also, support them by following them on their social media handles. They're there on Twitter. They're there on Facebook. All right. And don't forget to also support me and follow me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. I'm DrBae at BF Stadium. Guys, I'm psyched. See you next time. Bye.